the greatest time. It was at the end of Egypt. So they really didn't get shit when they came into Egypt. They really didn't get shit. The Africans had taken all of the Jews, they had taken that shit back up in the interior of Africa. Because they have only found one tomb with any type of treasure in it, and that was King Tutankhamun. That's the only one they have found with, intact. What happened to all the rest? The Africans knew that them crackers was coming, and they took a lot back up into the interior of Africa, because that's what we supposed. This is where the people came from. You know what I'm saying? The 25th dynasty was an Ethiopian dynasty, where they came up and had to reconquer Egypt, because Egypt had been attacked by the Persians under Shabaka, up under Pianki, up under Ta'aka, Kashta, which was the father of that dynasty. They came from down here in Sudan, which was the ancient Ethiopia. The ancient Ethiopia was in more than what today is called Sudan. They renamed this Ethiopia in the modern time. Okay, they named this part of Africa Ethiopia in modern time. But the ancient Ethiopia is in the area what you call Napata. That was one of the royal, I think that's where Pianki had Napata, but you can look it up. They got pyramids in Morocco. You know what I'm saying? The Nubians got more pyramids than the Egyptians. They got more pyramids in Sudan than it is in Egypt. And so you got to see that shit for yourself. Don't think that it's just a couple goddamn pyramids out there. That's a bullshit. When you get out there and physically can put your face, you can see the one, you can see them, and then you can look in the back and see all the other ones and shit dotted out there. They put some shit down in Egypt, man. I don't give a fuck what nobody tell you. That area of Africa is where man was at his high, woman was at her highest level at any other time on the planet. Guaranteed. Everybody else, I'll tell you what, motherfucker, you can take a trip all over and come to this motherfucker land. You will know. Just take a trip, go where the fuck you gonna go. Go to India, go where everybody talking that Hindu shit. Go over there, go to China, go all over the Mesopotamia. Go down, you can go down to South America. Hey, look at that shit, look at the pyramids in Mexico. And when you get here, you will know physically who was running shit on the planet. Period. Anything else is mythological. The Moors, shit up under the water, nigga, you can have that. I don't want it. We'll let you have that. If you say it's all what you say it is, I hope it's fruitful for you, nigga. Don't bring your motherfucking ass on African soil. Flat out. I'll send you that ultimatum. If it's so good to you, you keep moving and I'll keep out. You keep Arabia if it's so good to you, nigga. But don't knock on the door. Don't knock on my motherfucking door at all. Let's see. You read the Bible. If you see all of the entrances of the Hebrews into Egypt, it was for famine. Look it up. Famine. Abraham coming to Egypt. Famine. Joseph asked Pharaoh to allow his family, Israel and his 12 sons, to come into Egypt. You understand what I'm saying? Why? Famine. Famine. So that right there lets you know what this area was. God damn it, it was not. And so they knew if you could get anywhere down here near Egypt and shit, because this is where all the silk is piling up. This shit down here was lush. And so they would come down. And so the Egyptians, they really didn't give a fuck, They thought that, they hadn't really cultivated that shit too much. Because all of this shit up here was lush. And so this down here was like boggy and marshy type of shit. And so they left it alone. And then the other motherfuckers, that's happy. They don't mind. They want it, you know what I'm saying? They come down and they begin to settle and settle until colonies start popping up. Because the Africans really not seeing any type of threat from these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? And so by the time they started to, coming in with raids and shit, they started, harassing the Africans and shit, and then it came a point that they had to put an end to it. They had to put an end to it. And Narmer came down there, who was the first king of Egypt. And you can go Google the Narmer Palace, and you see him grabbing that Asian by the motherfucking head, and you see that mace up in the air, and he coming down in the smiting of the enemy. That's what that is. When you see Thor, when you see the Pharaoh with his mace, that's where they get Thor with the hammer. That's where they get that white god Thor with the hammer, and that's where they get that what's the great Roman god Vulcan, who's supposed to be the god of that's Ptah, who was the god of metals and shit. Vulcan is supposed to be in the volcano. He's the son, if I'm not mistaken, if Zeus, one of them great gods. And so he's inside of the mountain, and they show him with the hot fire, and he's on the anvil, and he's beating the metal. And that's Ptah, who was the first grand master of craftsmanship, the craftsmen. They have their own deity, you know what I'm saying? And he's the one that builds and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? And so the different deities, Herodotus, who is a Greek historian, he told in his writings that the Greeks had got their gods from the Egyptians. Clearly, you know what I'm saying? That's why they disrespect Herodotus. They don't like that. That he went and he also said that the Egyptians was black with woolly hair, and that they had thick lips